So today we're going to do something that I've not done before. And has any of us ever done it before? Have you realised? So we've got a blank sheet of paper. I'm going to draw like a little map. I'm going to draw this shelving unit on the paper, or attempt to draw. I've never done it before. You know, I've never done it. I've never collected the names, written them all down and seen what is what. So it should be fairly easy, because look, there's a change here. So we'll put a line here and we'll make that many lines down below, and we'll make that many lines up that side and that many lines down this side, and we'll have a little thing down here. So I think I've got a plan. We'll do it that side, and we'll also do this as well. This should be a fairly sort of easy drawing to make, and we're going to put the name, find some way of opening all the boxes, finding out all the names on them, see what we've got, what we haven't got, how many of one thing and how many of another, and see what it looks like on a piece of paper, so that we can maybe reorganize it, put the same name stuff up there, move it all about. So let's attempt. Have you ever done it before? Have you ever done an audit of your collection, or write it down on a piece of paper what your collection is? We'll have a couple of odd ones that we'll have to put in somewhere. So let's begin. I reckon it's going to take a while. Let's try and get this drawing done first. How many shelves is there, and how far is that halfway? Let's count the shelves and put our marks in. So we've got 7 of one and 11, so 7 in the bottom. So that would be halfway, just under halfway. We'll put a line there, which comes all the way along. If we had a pen that worked. Right, now we're going to try a better pen. So we've got 11 this side, we've got 7 down here, we've got 9 here, and we've got these spaces here in the middle. So what does that look like next to that? Oh yeah, perfect. So I don't think we're going to get, so what I'm going to do now is here, I'm going to put a circle. So that's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. So we'll put a little circle in each number, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, because there's 2 boxes in that shelf, isn't there? 14, 15, 16, 3. So I think we're going to go that way. Number them, so we know exactly what number is where. Yeah, right, let's do that then. Wow, who knew I had that many sets? We're at 50 already. There we are, each number represents a box. So the box on the shelf, there's 1 and 3 and 3 below. 1, 3 and 3 below. So each box has now got its own number. And there's the ones that go up the middle, look, there. And then there's the other side of there, which is there, and that box there, that Thomas Chatwin box, I've represented that by just putting a square at the side there. So that means that box there. And then we've come down the bottom. This is the separating line there. They're just the shelves in the bottom now. And we've put all our numbers in there. So, I reckon with a bit of patience you could tidy that up and put it more into scale. But anyway, we're making progress. We're making progress. We've done the same here now. We've done our shelves on a piece of paper. The big gap is that big gap here, which is the bench, which needs clearing. Yes, I know. This box here, we've represented by having that box there, is that box there. And then we've got shelves down below. So, let's get to numbering them then now. Yeah, we definitely need to make some more shelving, because that could take a shelf on its own, couldn't it? This one as well could take a shelf on its own. Yeah, they're not really. Ooh. Yeah, and these are all right. One box, one shelf is okay. Too many boxes there. I don't like them on top of each other. Even these, that could almost do a shelf on its own, shouldn't it? But I don't mind really, because it's a narrow shelf and it's a narrow box. That's not too bad. Down here is okay. Up here is okay. It's nice to have these a shelf on their own, and maybe put the smaller boxes up here next to each other. But it's just the way it was, just the way it was. And I'll tell you why in a minute. See these, they're all in the wrong way round. Yeah, and these, oh, breaks my heart to see them on top of each other. They should be side by side, shouldn't they? Yeah, they shouldn't be disappeared in there long ways. Ooh, no. Yeah, and the reason that happened, which we've got to sort of avoid, is, if you remember, this shelf began to bow, so we had to support that. But to support that with a little block, we had to support this with a little block, and then we had to support that with a little block, and little block, and little block, and so on and so forth, which halved our shelf capacity. And this was a afterwards sort of fix. So maybe next time we should think more about putting that support here and then supporting that one there, so we can get the bigger boxes in, bring them off that other shelf. And I'm thinking, I've got no choice really. It's got to go here, hasn't it? It's got to go. That's the place to put the extra shelves in, I think, here. Maybe in mind of the bigger, altogether bigger boxes. That would give us some more space. Throw that around the back. Send that into the rear garage, which we've got to get on top of anyway. Do you know, one job, you think of one job and you've got to do 10 jobs to create, just to do these taps and dies. That means I've got to get rid of that. But then if I make that disappear into the shed, I've got to do another job to make space for this. And what am I going to do with the stuff that's in the way? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, I think, yeah, we definitely need more shelves. Have we got the timber to make more shelves? We've got to measure. Hopefully, with this map now that we've done, we're up to 77. We'll see how many we've got too many of. Not too much too many of, but ideally one to a shelf, or two to a shelf really. So we've got lots of figuring out. So anyway, come on. So the next job is to start with box number 1, put a name on it, and then work our way down. So this is it's going to take some time to do. So let's do that then. Next step, put a name on everything. Number 1, SW card. So should I also take a picture of each one? I wonder. So it's not until you look at them really closely. The other one was an SW card. This is just simply a card. The card. Oh, so there is a difference. I know it's SW card manufacturing, but the die, instead of having SW on it, it's just got card. Does this make this younger or older? There's a difference. It's great. It's great when you can pull everything out and then actually see and compare and play with them. But yes, it's an XW, but this has just got card on it, where the other set had SW card on it. Here we haven't got a brand name, so what are we going to call these ones? I think we'll just brand these as 1800s, because they run back to the late 1800s, don't they? Yeah. Now these we're going to mark down. We're going to put an 1800, and we're going to, it's a square and an handle either side, isn't it? So if you see that symbol and that number, we know what we're talking about. This then, GTD, the Wells brothers have disappeared. Still got Greenfield, Massachusetts, Little Giant, USA, but the Wells brothers have disappeared. Now it says GTD Corporation. Ooh, that's you have to mess and see and mess with them all the time to get them in your head to know what you've got. I'd completely forgotten what I've got, and I'm slowly falling back in love with them all. At least this one's a bit more, this was the Aventus set, so we can identify this one. So this is the Aventus set. Yeah. We've marked it down as an Aventus, and it's the old style. Same as that was the old style look. So we know exactly what we're talking about. A little W at the end because it's Whitworth, because I know we've got the same one but in metric as well, haven't we, somewhere? We've only made ourselves down this side so far, which brings us to 19, and we've done 19. Let me just go and see how long this film is going to take, and see if we have to do several of them, 1, 2, 3 and 4 type of thing. So we're down to that British tap and die set, which is there, 19. Woohoo! I think the plan is going to work, you know. I think the plan is going to work. This is just rough. We can redo this again, can't we? make it tidier. So I've just checked that film. It took us 14 minutes to do that far, just to do them. So let's carry on. Probably this will be one half, and maybe that'll be another half when we go around there, another film. So let's see if we can get these counted and take other pictures within take other pictures. That was a bit Italian then, wasn't it? We'll take other pictures and we'll see if we can get that half all in one film. Yeah. Oh, for the amount of space I've got on my film and the time it takes to do these things, I think we're doing all right. It's going to have to be in 2 sections of film. So this was going to be film number 1. We drew a map, we put the numbers in, then we found each one and we wrote them all down. And we took a picture of each one as we were going along. And hopefully we'll easily be able to find them again and see what we've got. Anyway, this was a bit odd. Then when them watchmakers, there was no name on them, so I'll just put them down as that. Anyway, are you a believer in fate? Are you a believer? Do you believe in fate? Is it fate? How do I find these? How do these prolong? How do they go? Where do they go? I'm thinking of changing direction. Yeah, so for the right, I don't know whether to break them up. What I'm going to do if they're going to a good home. If you ring me up and say, Reggie, blah 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 blah, and of course. You know, you're not looking for a bargain, you just want something to continue or to finish your set off or whatever. And if it means breaking them out of this collection, so I'm thinking of changing direction. I'm not sure if I get the right. So if fate has put you in front of the television watching this, and you've found what you want, and this is going to help your collection, I don't mind selling some of it off, but it's not going to come out, obviously not too expensive, but also not too cheap. So don't be knocking on my door and say, I'll give you 20 quid for the set. Get lost. Yeah, before you even begin, get lost. Obviously, we'll do our homework. I will say I've seen them for this price, and you will say you've seen them for that price, and we'll find some compromise between us. Yeah. So you'll maybe pay a little bit more than you thought, and I'll get a little bit less than I thought. Who have been watching these? Who have been watching these? This thing on... Did you notice? Have you seen? Do you know these drills? You're talking these Yankee 2003 and 2005, which you can see here. Can you see? Yeah. These are looking at 500 quid for these. Woo! And I've even got a spare one that you could... The reason I bought that one... No, the reason I bought that one, which is in full working order, is you could copy that and bring this back to life, because it's got the main component and it's got the shaft. So it's only this top bit that needs doing on it. But have you seen what price these are making? Gee, that's a lot of money. Wow. I could obviously I have seen them for £500, so I would show you that for £500, and then you would say, well, hold on a minute, blah 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 blah, I can get one the very same thing for this price. So I'll either say, yeah, I'll moderate my price and come towards you, or I'll say, go on then, go and get it. You're missing a bargain. So anyway, if anybody, where do you find them? How do they come to your hands? What journey are they on? If there's something there that you've seen that really floats your boat, then send me a message, and we will negotiate.